everyone. Happy Tuesday. Today is September 2nd, 2025, and it's time for your weekly Facebook Live. Just a little bit later than normal. I had an appointment today that got me home a little later than my usual 2 o'clock live. So we'll give it just a second to let it notification pop up in your news feed that I'm live. See if anybody's going to join me. I'm just going to come over here to Facebook and on my computer, and I can see that. Oh, I better mute myself. Mute. Okay. And it looks like I'm live and it's shared and all the things. Okay. All right, let me come back over to the screen where I can see your comments if you're joining. Today I'm going to make one of the August Club Create cards, just because it's a different kind of layout. I mean, I guess it's not a traditional card, so you can call it a fun fold. But I just want to show you how I put it together. Now this is for my August subscription club. It's called Club Create, and that subscription period is over, and September's have started, and I will show you September Club at the end. And sometimes I do a video if there's just something that I think that you need to see on a video, because sometimes it's hard to explain you know, typed directions. So you get the projects and supplies for Club Create to make 8 cards with envelopes. You get paper, you get ribbon, you get sometimes you get ribbon and embellishments. This month for September, you're getting a full pack of 12 by 12 paper and a full pack of embellishments. And yeah, it's $45. It's like I said, it bills monthly, and if you want to sign up for just 1 month, there's an option for that too. It costs just a little more, but I'll have the link to my blog post. There's also a video on YouTube that introduces the club, so head over to YouTube, watch the video, like it, and subscribe to my channel. Hi there. Say hello when you get on. Let me know who's watching. So this is how your cards come. So all the parts and pieces are down in your envelope that you need. Sometimes you got little pieces, so make sure that it didn't get like caught down there in a corner. We're doing flowers this month, so there's going to be a lot of little pieces. So because I do all of the die cutting for you, unless you have to stamp and then die cut something. For instance, this jar. Let me see if I can get that to focus a little better. There we go. This jar is stamped directly onto the paper, and I punched your lid. I think that the foil lid is kind of messing with my life. But the other cards for August, you would need the bundle in order to stamp and punch your jar. And if you want to make the cards like I have made them. So that's just a sneak of what it was for last month. But like I said, this was a fun fold. It's a different fold than I've done before with my customers and my club, so I wanted to do it on camera. So we've got, now I don't give measurements because this was a paid class. However, if you, hey my friend, how are you? I did forget to cut my paper, but if you want the PDF, I will be selling the PDF for Club. You just have to email me, darlenestampinspot@gmail.com. I don't have one of those fancy e-commerce stores, so I physically attach it to an email after your invoice has been paid. So if you're interested in the PDF, I'm looking for, I'm so sorry, I'm looking for, I forgot my designer paper. Hang on 1 second. This is exclusive. Oh. Well, hang on. Oh my gosh. I might have to make it without. Jeez, Darlene. Okay, literally, I touched it and thought it was the wrong thing. So, let me grab that piece of paper. Let's see. So we used the Floral Impressions, and do I have, here we go. This is why I couldn't find it. Okay, so let me just grab that pattern. Here we go. So we used the Floral Impressions paper, but we used the back sides. This is the paper. This is the paper that we use. So you get half a pack of this paper, or they got half a pack of this paper. Like I said, this month coming up, you're going to get a full pack of paper and a full embellishment. Let me just grab a paper trimmer. I thought I was ready. And I'm going to have to measure this because I don't have the PDF open. Well, we're just going to like fly by the seat of my pants right now. So it's going to be 4 by... Oh, it's the same size as this. Yeah. Okay. So, I want it to go like this. So, I'm going to cut it because it's direction. Oh, this is not even the right pattern. Oh, come on, darling. Okay, I'm just going to do it without the pattern paper. You guys, I'm sorry. That's not even the right paper. Okay, we're just going to do it without the paper. So sorry. Now, what did I do with my card base? Here it is. Okay, so you would, first thing, if you're trying to make your card with Club, so sorry. You're going to put down your designer series paper, okay, here. And then this is for the inside. And I'll go ahead and do the inside just because I can see you. For once, I'm actually not getting those little hesitation. Am I still live? Can you see me? Keep getting kicked off. Let me know if you can see me, Blanca. I don't want to keep going if you can't see me. Just waiting to see. Let me know. I can go over on Facebook. Let me see if I can't believe that I can't find my designer paper. It's so embarrassing. Let me go. I see you, white paper instead of card. Okay, perfect. Okay, that's all I did, and then I stopped to make sure you could see me. So, okay, so we've got Memento ink and the jar. And this is going to go kind of off to the left, but near the bottom. They're actually still pink, but they will change on Thursday. Okay, and then we've got our sentiment. This is a builder sentiment, so I'm going to put this right in the center near the top. This part goes in black. And then Strawberry Slush, I brought some grid paper for a couple of reasons, but for one, because I need to stamp off. So, and I even have a note on my block. This is my suggestion, and you might want to try this a few times just so that you can see what works best for you. But I found that if I stamped the hearts first and then did the fill stamped off, I could line it up better. So this is the solid image. This is going to get full strength ink. I'm going to grab my mat. All right, and so this is gonna go, and I'm gonna stand up too. So this is gonna go not quite all the way to the bottom. You kind of nestle it in. I'll show you in just a second. You kind of nestle it in above that shadow line in the jar. And then you're gonna take the fill. This is what the fill is. Now you use this stamp for the cookies or the shamrocks or whatever you're doing. It's all the same stamp. And because I want it to have the same kind of pressure, I'm gonna stamp off on the mat. And then this is gonna get lined up right above that little shadow. And see, it's so much easier, in my opinion. It's so much easier to get it lined up when you do it that way. Cute, right? Okay, and then we've got a couple sets of hearts. So in the directions, I keep calling it the group of 3 and the group of 2. But all you're gonna do, I think I'm gonna start with the group of 2 and kind of go here. And then you just want the cascade effect, like the hearts are floating up out of the jar. And then you can do, this will fit in, and you can move them around, whatever you think. And you can do how many ever you want, like that. Okay. And that's all of the stamping. So let me get all of that out of the way and I can sit back down. Okay, now I want to put this together first. And I'm going to do it with temporary adhesive because I want to be able to take it back off because of the fact that, oh nice, it's a fun layout. I want to be able to take it off so that when I do find my paper, I'll be able to put it back on here. So what I'm going to do, or I'll be able to take it off and then put the paper on and do it. So grab your grid paper. We want to make sure, don't lose your lid. You want to make sure that your card is still within that 5.5 inch measurement. Otherwise it will not fit in your envelope. So what I did, I'm going to, first of all, I'm supposed to put my ribbon. Do your ribbon first. So I'm just going to pull out some of my ribbon. I didn't give an amount because it depends if you want to tie a knot or a bow. I'm just going to pull some off here. I'm going to grab my silicone mat because I already put adhesive on there, and I don't know if that was temporary adhesive or what, but anyway, I'm going to tie a bow off to the left-hand side. So you're just going to wrap it around, then secure it with a bow, and then we're going to scooch it off to the left-hand side. Okay. Just like that. And you can make it as big, whatever size you want. And then we'll take the ribbon. There we go. All right, now I want to make sure, see, this needs to, if you kind of just bend it a little bit, you can slide this over, especially if you don't already have adhesive on the back. There we go. See how it just kind of slides over. Don't bend your cardstock. There we go. I just want to make sure that before I put this down, because once I put it down, I'm not going to be able to move it, and that looks like it's in the right spot. Okay, so back here, make sure that your card is opening the right direction, which would be like this. It opens like this. And I'm going to line this up at the edge, and then I'm going to line this top to make sure that it's below the 5.5, and I'm also centering. And so it's about 2.5-ish little, 2.5 little squares. And you see how I've got it to where here's my 5.5, and then you can put this down. And then you can kind of make sure that it's secure, and then just double check. And the only reason that that's important is so that it will still fit in your envelope. Okay? All right, so that was just my tip for that. Now, this piece is going to get loaded up with dimensionals, and then we're almost done. We're just going to put this on and put our lid on, and we're done. So I'm going to put a few, but then I also want to go like on top and on the bottom of that ribbon. You can also put, once you're finished, if you want, you could put a glue dot underneath the knot of your bow. Oh my gosh, everything is not in its place. Let me take these off. Now, of course, I used the temporary adhesive because you're going to want to put your designer paper down first and then put this on. And because I can't find mine and I'm going to put it on later. Okay, so then now you have that, and then I'm going to take, I take your pick tool and put some of these minis. They fit perfectly on the back. I like to think that the designers kind of take those kind of things into, when they're designing, you know, what size it is do dimensionals fit on the back of it. And then because the hearts are kind of like floating out of the jar, we're going to put the lid up on the side. Oh, we forgot to stamp them. Oh, crumbs. Were you yelling at me? What do you have on the spool? Oh, I'll show you. I'll show you, Blanca. Here we go. We'll just, this is going to come off because it's temporary adhesive. Hence the name. Okay. This is, oh, I'm going to have to stand up, and there's dimensionals there. Please. Please work. Okay, and I just want to make sure that, okay. Good enough. It's a smidge high, but that's okay. So I'm going to put my designer paper on there and then put that back on there, and then there's your card. Now, in the class, you got a package of these neutral matte dots. We used the white, the black, and the brown, the pecan pie on the other 3 cards. If you wanted to use up some of these basic beige, they will color with the Stampin' Blend. So you could just take a strawberry slush or whatever you had, and you could just color these. You want to make sure you're using the bullet tip. And then I kind of just go around the edge too, so that you wouldn't see. And then let it dry, and then do it again, depending on how dark you want it, or whatever look you want. Anyway, and so then if you wanted to use gems for this card, there you go. And you've got strawberry slush ones that match. So that is your Fun Fold card for Club for August. Now, Blanca was asking what I had around my ribbon, and I don't know what to call it, but this was, it's just a, it's a strip of cardstock that I punched. I know that I have some. If you want me to do a video on how I did this, I can, but here we go. Look, I just took a piece of basic white thick cardstock, and let me see if I can find those little punches. Here we go. These have gone in and out of stock. They're about as popular as the Everyday Arches. Every time they come back into stock, they sell out. So all I did, this measures 1/2 inch by, this is like 4 5/8. Anyway, I stuck it through here and kind of got where I needed it to be. Okay. And then I don't have a pencil, so I just took a pen and kind of, I'm going to do it this way. Marked where the center was. And then you could use any punch you want, but I mean, this is just the one that, it's meant to be like a ribbon slide. Like you could put a piece of ribbon like for a ribbon pull. Anyway, so then this goes back into here. And I put glue here and glue here and put this down like this, okay? And then the important part is, and mine's going the wrong direction, so hang on, because this is the important part, is you make it go through backwards. So the ribbon's coming off like this, but you want it to go through backwards, like this. And then it keeps it, see how I just went through the opposite way that the ribbon was going. I just went backwards. Okay, and then, okay. So then it just kind of, it keeps your ribbon tidy. And I know it used to just drive me crazy that I just had, you know, the ribbon would just hang off and I don't know, I just couldn't keep it under control. But once this is glued, then you can just kind of slide it backwards and it'll cinch up that ribbon. See it getting smaller. And then it keeps it tidy. So then when it's on your shelf, yeah, it sits like that. And I mean, if it was a pain in the butt, like if you really needed a whole bunch of ribbon, just undo it, take out what you need, and then you can just put it back. So here how the ribbon's going off to the right, so I'm gonna put it in there backwards and pull it through. And there we go. And so then it just sits on my shelf like this. Can you put Wink of Stella on them? On the gems, let's see. Let's try it. Because you know I always have Stella handy. We'll see if it dries. Because then they wouldn't be, I mean, because these are a matte finish. So let's see if that shines them up. So let's put that off to the side. This can go back up here. I'll put that away in a second. I want to show you, well, we're going to wait for this to dry. I want to show you Club. So if you don't want to see Club for September, close your eyes. Let me get all of this inky stuff out of the way. We're going to wait for that to dry. Get this out of your view and all of the inky stuff here. Okay. Now, so this month we're using the Impressions of Bloom bundle. Several of you have been asking for flowers, so here it is. So here's the bundle. You can add this onto your club and pay catalog price for it. And that's a perk. And then you're also getting a full pack of the Floral Impressions Designer Series paper. I don't have my, oh, here it is. Here's my chart. This is just a little snippet of what each of the patterns look like that and what they look like. And then, so you're getting that. You're getting a full pack of, here's some shiny ones, Blanca. These are the In Color Flat Pearls. There's that strawberry slush color. So that would look, that would go on there too. And they're already shiny, but look at this one. It since you're already getting these in your club packet, they did, the Wink of Stella shined them up. Yeah, I would just I would color whatever you wanted to color and let them completely dry, and then put the Wink of Stella on it and completely let them dry. And then you maybe even want to do Wink of Stella again. You just really want to make sure that they dry in between, otherwise you're just picking up the color. And the color will transfer onto your hands too, so be careful about touching a project. That's why you really just want to make sure they're dry. So, okay. So there's the embellishments that you're getting. So this month I did pairs of cards. So let me get the pairs back together. So here's the first pair of cards. And because you're getting the whole pack of paper, I wanted to make sure that I showed you how to use all of the patterns. And we did use all of the patterns. Every pattern of paper, front and back, was used at some point. So the only difference with this is that the DSP panel is split. You just cut it up. So there's that one. And then we have these two. I loved being able to use that Timid Tiger and the Darling Duckling. There's that Strawberry Slush again. So there's those two. And then there's 2 fun folds. So we've got this one. I just did this on a reel today, so make sure you go over here on my page and like my reel, please. I want that too in addition to club. We'll talk, my friend, so that I make sure I know that I'm ordering you the right thing. And then here's its pair, or its partner, whatever you want to call it. So we've got that Strawberry Slush with the Timid Tiger and Darling Duckling again there. And then here is Misty Moonlight and Berry Burst. So pretty. And then we've got this one. I did this for class a couple months ago, and it was pretty popular, so we're doing it again for club. And so here's the greens and the yellow. So this is a, I don't know, center pop-up easel. But yeah, so those are the cards for club. So you get all 8 projects with envelopes, the full pack of embellishment, and the full pack of paper. And so that's September's Club Create. It's $45 a month if you subscribe. And then after, if you subscribe for 6 months in a row, you get a little, I send you a fun package with your next month's club. With valued at $25 worth of product, and then of course I put other goodies and treats in there as well. So that's club. I hope that this demonstration helped you if you got the club kit or if you got the PDF. Like I said, sometimes it's easier to just show you than it is to say in words. So anyway, there we go. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you being here, and I will catch you next time. Bye.